All right, hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm just gonna double check to make sure that that audio buzz isn't me. I got someone with us today, Bitey.
Hello.
Are you there?
Welcome.
Wow. All right. Well, we're just gonna lower you just a bit.
What? What am I?
No, you're good. You're
really?
Good. Yeah.
You sure? Because
Positive.
we already went over this like 30 minutes ago.
We did. And
what happened?
Something changed.
I don't understand.
Anyways, well, Bitey's here, guys. There's his floating head because he doesn't have his camera today, but that's okay. We love his floating head, which is equally as creepy.
Yeah, that's like a half insult kind of thing right there. It's like,
I don't know what just happened here.
What are you making fun of me for, man?
How you doing today, Bitey?
Well, I could tell you a little bit about my life. I'm at Wasabi One's friend's house. Dog sitting.
You're dog sitting.
I'm dog sitting. Big old dogs, way too big, overfed. But hey, they're lovers. They're like 140 pounds on a dog, man.
Wow.
That's big, you know?
That's a pretty big dog. That's like, I think, a pony. That would go under a pony already, I think.
Kinda, except they're not even as big as a mini pony. They're like 2.5, 3 foot tall, standing on 4 legs. And it's like, just got that girth, baby. Moving, wobbling, barking.
All right, well, guys, we are bringing you tonight's matchup, which is the third place decider match, or the bronze match. This is Singularity versus the BlueBabblerSquad, Division 1 bronze matchup. And if you guys are wondering who the BlueBabblerSquad is, well, they're basically renamed. They were New Rain K. If you remember them, the Korean team. Well, they're all still Korean.
That's good. I thought they might change to like Vietnamese or something.
I know, exactly. But they're all luckily still Korean, and it's led there by MZ. You'll notice some names with them: MZ, Alice Taylor, Clip Clop. They got a couple of a couple of Europeans, anyways, I should say, on their team, but their main core is Korean. Also, Singularity, as you well know, is basically all. Well, let's just say North American. There's a couple Canadians there, but that's basically the 51st state.
Canada is just a piece of America, so we'll just lump them all together. North American powerhouse.
Exactly. So this is basically going to be, America versus Korea. And it's going to be a great matchup. So let me just go ahead and reload the server here, just because I was having some lag issues as I was loading in. So 1 second while I do that. How excited about this match are you, Bitey? Do you have energy drinks with you?
Do I have energy drinks with me? Look, you know, the way that you drink energy drinks, now we've been over this, and the safety of the process right here is that you drink them in the morning and you stop drinking by about 3. So instead of having an energy drink, which I think I had a little bit too much today because I kind of crashed midday. I had a little bit of a downer spell. I was trying to play games. It just fell apart. Don't have too much sugar. It's bad for you.
Well,
so I've got something else here. I mean, I wish I had my camera, but I could be like product placement. Drink the dew. Got a little 12.
Oh, I'm gonna product placement right here. Hold on. This cast brought to you today by Red Bull Energy Drink. Red Bull, if you're out there and you'd like to sponsor me, not even monetary-wise, just give me cases of Red Bull. That would be awesome. I will make sure to plug your product every cast.
Just a case.
To about 50
like
people.
even the 4-pack case, not even the big one, just a little 4-pack.
yeah. I don't need the big. Yeah, I don't need the big long.
The long, like 12 cans.
Yeah.
Just a little 4-pack. It can be the 8-ounce cans too. You know, you just want to get by.
Well, I am gonna change my name here. I was under my my incognito name that I play sometimes on pubs.
Can I say it here? Because I actually
did
not
know.
Did
you see it?
Yeah, I was like, where is he? I thought he's in here. I like checked your stream twice, and I'm like,
who's this guy?
Yeah, exactly. Who is this guy? And then, you know, it's like,
I wonder.
I'm not gonna name it, but
I'm gonna go to windowed here, just so I can alt-tab really easily.
I think it's also the name of a gas station.
Is it?
That's Flying J.
Oh! Don't even!
The gas station.
Alright. So anyways, guys, yeah, we are bringing you this matchup today, and as I was saying before while I was loading in, so hopefully they're still loading in, so I'm going to chat about this. Basically, throughout the season, you know, we look back at the, you know, at the semifinals, and Babbler Squad went up against, is it Babble or Babbler? It's Babbler. Okay, so it's wrong in the sheet here.
Squad.
Blue Babbler, the BBS. I'm just going to call them the BBS. Squad. Yeah, so the BBS went up against Radical in the semifinals. They actually got 4-0'd, you know, in that matchup. And again, and then obviously Priori went up against Singularity. Singularity took one round off Priori. I casted that. That was a lot of fun. Was that with you?
Yeah,
that was with us, right? Yeah.
Yeah. That was the one. That was the one where me and you got together, and you know, we did that thing.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And so we kind of saw that. That was you know, Radical and Prairie is going to be a great matchup. They're coming up tomorrow at, let me just double check, 4 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central European time. So that matchup's going to come up tomorrow for Division 1. But going back into the season, if we look at Singularity, Singularity had a pretty good season, 4-0ing a lot of teams. They lost against Radical 1-3. They lost against Priori 1-3. And then they met Priori again in the playoffs and lost 1-4. Blue Babbler Squad, meanwhile, 4-0'd some teams, but in the beginning of the season actually beat Priori 3-1. Lost against Radical 0-4. Lost against Singularity, and that was just recently. That was the match before the playoffs when they met last time. So I think the Koreans this time really want to take it back to Singularity. What do you think about this matchup there, buddy?
You know, my data file on the Korean teams are actually like empty.
So
I'm actually kind of excited to see what exactly they can bring to the game, because I think I played them once, and that was a long time ago. I can't really remember anything about it. I'm pretty I don't know. I think I played something similar to Blue Babbler Squad, but it might have been something like Gorgeous. I'm not really sure.
Did you say
but
Gorgeous?
I think, Gorgeous or something like that. But it had a B in it, right? BBS and B.
Gorge Busters?
Gorge Busters. I don't know. This was back in the ESL attempted league, which never took off, which is kind of like... I'm getting off topic here. I don't really know what to expect from these Koreans, and that's kind of what's the allure of this game here. And it's kind of the same way I feel about the Australian teams. There's so much talent that I personally never hear of, because it's like I focus on there's America and then Europe, and it's East versus West in that sense. Except, you know, now it's kind of like Europe and America are actually the West, and now we have Korean teams and kind of Australian teams. I mean, they're a Western nation, but they're too far east to really become West. So basically, it's the East versus the West in some kind of respects of that.
Well, funny that you should bring up the Australians. The Australian Grand Final is in less than 6 hours from now, guys.
What?
Yes.
See, I thought that was last weekend.
No, it's going to be on twitch.tv/AUSNS2, AUSNS2, with Seb there, and I'm sure he'll have a co-caster as well, but I don't know who that is. But, guys, if you're awake, tune in for that, because the Australian teams are awesome to watch.
Now, I got a question. Like, do the Korean teams play with the Australians?
Yeah, they've met.
Now, have Blue Babbler Squad, did they sign up for the Australian League?
You know what? New Rain, I thought they were part of the Australian. Seb can actually, once the lag or the delay catches up to this, Seb can kind of let us know about that. But
because I'd hear like the history of how this team is like fared and. God, I feel so out of the water, but it's like in the Eastern Leagues. And it's like it sounds mysterious.
Isn't it? It's exotic, isn't it? You're kind of like, well, whatever they do, there.
You know, they play amongst themselves, and I've always wondered, how the Eastern sages...
We hear about these crazy openings, but that can only be legend.
And I will be truthful right there. Like, there's some weird stuff going on the other side of the ocean.
Yes, I know.
And the weirdest thing was the Singularity Opens that I've been seeing from I don't know if I think Rays is a Australian team, right?
Rays is could be.
Could be.
I'd have to check.
Somebody.
Check. You keep putting me on the spot here, so I'm like flying across my browser right now, trying to figure out.
People who had really high pings in a mixed game I kind of spec'd last night, and they were going shift first. And the coolest thing about shift first is that you get that extra speed called Storm.
Rays is Australian, by the way.
Okay.
Yes.
I was right. But you know, they like shift open, and I'm curious to see if that's like a thing in Australia, is going shift open, because the tried and true method right now between European teams and kind of catching on to all the Americans, it's just kind of somebody trying to do new stuff, is Crag first because it's safe and secure. You get all that HP, you get mucus, you get all those nice abilities. And I have never done shift play. And supposedly, Storm is actually pretty good for getting high speeds if you can maintain your speed with movement preservation mechanics and that kind of stuff.
Well, why don't you bring us through the lineup for Singularity, and I'll do the BBS.
BBS. Like the BBC, except there's an S in there. So, on the American side, representing the red, white, and blue, and some
maple leaves.
Some maple leaves. I was getting there. I didn't forget. See? We've got a whole bunch of players who I know quite a bit about, and I have some history with some. I don't remember if I told you last time. We've got Shark. Seen him around on the Singularity side. He's usually a pretty solid player. Sally, Mrs. Sally, Iron Fist. Iron Fist, he played a lot of old games with. Cookie. He's actually
a great shot, by the way.
What is he?
He's a great shot.
By the way, his Iron Fist alias is named Depression. I didn't know this.
Oh, I didn't know that. I played with that before.
Yeah, and I was like,
outed.
I think last week or whatever week we casted, his name was Depression, and I was wondering who that was because I'd never seen him before. But now we know it's Iron Fist. We've got Cookie, Salads, and Kane. Now, the ones who I know the most about are Kane, because he plays a lot of Reddit Pug Shark too. But Kane's become a really powerful commander. You know, I kind of have come to the approach that commanders lead their teams, and it's really about how the commanders coordinate their personal players' skills in order to accomplish a goal. And we really got to see that shine against Priori on their Veil game, when they just never gave up, and they actually did all the plays right that they needed. And they just couldn't pull it off, but it was still an admirable effort as to how they held their composure.
Yeah. Well, over that we have here on the BlueBabblerSquad is we got Runa. The apostrophe or comma or whatever is actually MZ. Clip Clop, BZK, Mage, and Angelinus. I'm just gonna say Angel. They're gonna do a map change right now, but the thing with these guys, I actually have casted Nurain a bit. The two names I know on here are MZ and Clip Clop, so I don't really recognize the other names unless they're the same people that just decided to change their names. But yeah, I only recognize those two. And MZ, I love watching. Clip Clop's a really good shot as well. He's got a really good alien game. So I think now going into this, what is your with the data, the limited data that you have in your data file that you keep? There it is. The sound of the data file. What's your prediction, of this matchup?
I absolutely know nothing about the Korean team. Gotta say it again. But you know what Koreans are good at? Video games. If anything's been
that's
true,
a huge stereotype.
It's a huge stereotype.
But it's true.
American if I didn't use a few of those. But it's a true statement,
They are very good. They are very good.
They do really well.
I don't think it's a bad thing.
Korean StarCraft. Biggest thing in the world is over there on StarCraft.
Yeah.
But they're basically a bunch of unknowns to me, and I would put myself in the good old faithful red, white, maple leaf, and a little bit of extra blue in there. Stars and stripes.
I'm probably gonna have to. agree with you here, just based on how what I've seen of the scores throughout the season, who they've beat, who they've lost to, and then obviously meeting last week in a 4-0. Now, this could surprise me. I mean, there have been some teams so far in this that have really surprised me. The Vexta versus Gorge Busters, where that one was a crazy matchup because Gorge Busters got 4-0'd by Vexta just previously, and then they met again in the quarterfinals, and basically, just
reversed.
Well, the first 3 rounds went to Gorge Busters, and I honestly thought they took it, but then Vexta
what was it? So did they come back?
Yeah, they came back. It actually came down to sudden victory. It was 3-3, and then it was a very explosive ending. If you actually know what I'm talking about, guys who have seen that. That was hilarious what they did, but it was a crazy matchup. They really practiced well, but then they it just fell apart. After that, like they got their 3 wins. Their third one was kind of a lucky one because it was Gorge Busters. It was kind of a lucky one because they rushed and it was an all-in and it ended up working out. But yeah, the other ones, Vexta just kind of rolled up their sleeves and just stomped them.
Now, I wanted to ask you there, like, you're saying this was kind of a little bit of vagueness, but I think I get the idea of who won this.
Well, you know what? I'll say here's a spoiler if you guys didn't watch it. But 3, 2, 1, Vexta ended up winning at the end of this, and it was kind of like, in my opinion, it was kind of a little crappy because it was so great matches. It came down to the 7th round. Both were at 3-3. It was on Vale, and basically Vexta rushed them. They had to relocate to sub. And then they just couldn't get out of there. I mean, it was
so
just
hard to recover from a relocated.
Yeah, it was just bad. So what they did at the end, I mean, Gorge Busters, they basically all bought mines, and they just kept buying mines and threw them up against the back of a wall, and then they all just stood on each other against the mines and waited for a fade to blink in. And
Did it work? Did it work?
Oh yeah, it worked. The fade set up like, I don't know, probably about 50 mines. Like it was just like boom. So it was really fun to say.
Now where can I see this? Because this seems like something that people should check out.
Yeah, check out. It's on YouTube already. You can check out Vexta versus Gorge Busters the last round, round 7, and just watch it. It's a short round, 8 minutes. 8 or 9 minutes, but it's the ending was, I mean, it was fun. At least Gorge Busters had fun with it, like that's what I like. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a game, and as long as you can have fun with it, you're still having fun with it, then great. It was good sportsmanship on their end.
Man, going all 7, the comeback is always the hardest thing, especially when you lose the first 3 and it's like, one more, man, and we're done, dude. Yeah. We're done. If we lose one more game, man, this is over. Just pack your bags and go home.
Game over, man. Game over.
Cameron would be proud.
All right, so guys, it looks like we're going to get started here pretty soon. So BBS is going to be on the Marines versus Singularity here. And they are going to be aliens, and the map that was chosen is none other than Summit, which is a favorite, I would say. Summit, I love playing Summit. I think it's fun. I think it's pretty balanced.
It's basically the DE Dust 2 of natural selection. It's been here forever. Everybody knows it and everybody loves it. Your games always seem to be the most fun or the most straightforward.
Yeah. You
can't cheese. I mean, well, you can't cheese. You can always cheese, but it's Summit, man. Why would you cheese on Summit? Everybody, that's just uncalled for. But there's no better way to start a game set than to set your pace with a big cheese. You call it cheese, I call it power play. Let's just define it.
I don't call any of that. Yeah, I don't call any of that stuff cheese. Yeah, like at my viewpoint on it is that at this level of play and things like that, you got to be ready for that stuff. I think like rushes, skulk rushes, things like that, force reload, all that is not cheese in my book. Yeah, okay, it sucks for viewing it because you're kind of like, I was ready for, it's like, a UFC match, you know, big heavy hitters, blah, blah, blah. They come out round 1, clock, done. And you're kind of like, oh. But was it legal? Yeah. You know, like he caught the guy on the chin. Same thing here. You know, you catch him on the chin, it's legal. It sucks to watch, but hey, you got to be ready for that.
What if they went shade? What do you think that? Think that's something crazy?
Has Titus ever gone shade first in a competitive match? Ever?
Yeah, one day.
One day we did.
One of those days, way back in the day. I can't remember.
I really got a WD-40 my chair. This sucks. My chair now has recently...
It's just coming through.
Yeah, my chair now has recently started squeaking, and it sucks because it's like one of those, you know, I mean, it wasn't cheap. So I'm kind of
know what I found out is the chairs aren't actually cheap. You know, as crappy as they look, you know, I was never impressed with, like, chairs. But then you go to go buy a chair, and you're like, why does this cost so much? It's just a chair. You don't value chairs.
No, you don't until...
Because you sit in them. You just sit in them. They end up costing $300 for a good seat, or more.
Alright, so Kane now has re-readied Singularity, and now we're just waiting for BBS to ready as well.
Alright, well, Dar, I got a game for you here. What's the first play gonna be? I'm gonna start first, so I get like the preemptive strike.
Right.
We're gonna do a 4 Sculpt Crush to the safe natural. Okay, this is alien side. I'm going for the American right here. They're gonna go for the 4-man crush, maybe Drifter support. That's an if, but it's gonna be Comp Lab or it's gonna be Reactor Core. No, wait, it's probably gonna be Ventilation.
Okay.
Ventilation and Reactor Core.
Well, actually, we're about to find out.
Here we go. What do you think? What do you think? Really quick. You got 15 seconds.
I don't know. I think it's just going to be the standard split. I think it's going to be standard split. I don't think they're going to crush each side. I could be wrong.
We're going to do a 1-2-2 on the Marines. Here we go. Start it off.
All right, BBS starting here up in Atrium as Marines. Down here, the North Americans starting in sub-access, doing... no!
You're going to see it. 2-2 each side. They're going to flank into glass hallway.
2 in data core, 1 in glass hallway. Nope. Clip flops here.
He's out of position. He could get picked right there. He might be the first play.
Sally here.
They got no line of sight coverage. Sally, being careful.
Clip flop shooting down here. BZK in here. Mage building in the back. On the other side, we got Alice Taylor and MZ while this is still going. Sally and Sharp moving into the base.
Look at that.
Oh!
Right into the main.
And they know!
That's bad. That's really bad. These Marines aren't coming fast enough.
Yeah, and there's one skulk. Oh, no! Can we One crashed out. Uh-oh.
There is. No, don't quote me on it. I think there's a 60-second rule that you can, for any reason, if something happens, you get to start it. Well, I don't know any reason, but I'm pretty sure they allow that.
You know, kind of everyone's just figuring
Command
out.
station under attack.
Clip clop and salads are just. All right.
So, you know, technical difficulties sometimes happen, especially in games. Competitive at all levels in all different games. We just don't happen to have a
SARS, are you there?
SARS? Super SARS?
SARS. Oh, he's here. So, I believe he's checking or... But, yeah, it's the first 2, yeah. That's... makes sense.
Yeah, it's just been this, it's that one rule that I just always remember. You know, you always have this. I think this happened in one match or some team match. Yeah, it's been 6 minutes.
Okay, so we're gonna get this thing.
But I called it right, didn't I, buddy? I called it right. It was a 4-man crush, and they pulled the drifter.
And you know what was great about that play too is that 2 went through the vents into Atrium, while while 1 was harassing those Marines that were trying to run back. So just burning more time. Alright, here we go again, guys. Blue Babbler Squad versus Singularity, round 1 after that kind of false start.
Oh, start.
Yeah, and now we have Singularity starting up in Atrium, and BBS starting down here in Sub. So we're gonna get this thing started.
Look at that. There goes that 4-man squad again. It's like the standard opening is to 4-man crush something. And we're going to see, like, it's kind of hard to do it in Comp Lab if the Marines get set up for it, but I don't think he's in a good position. MZ gets the scout on it. Here starts your fight.
MZ and Alice Taylor here in Comp Lab, taking Sharp out. Iron Fist Salad's coming, getting taken out. Oh, and Alice Taylor is the only one. Oh, he axes Salads! He axes Salads! That was awesome. That was one of my first hatchets kills, actually captured in a competitive match. I'm so excited. This has started out so well.
It's the greatest feeling in the world when you get the hatchet kill. I've got a reaction video somewhere on my Twitch, and it's just get some blood in your face.
All right, Clip Clop and BZK here. Data Core, Salad, Sharp, and Iron Fist bypassing them, moving down into Pipe Junction, into maintenance, and they're going to go after Vent.
There's somebody near the Marine start right here. Sally, look at that. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no, they're all here, and...
There's no mines at main, even though the research...
Oh, BBS is completely out of position. They're trying to come back. One is coming around the corner. That's Alice Taylor. And he's going to take
Alice Taylor.
out...
He's got to dive in there. He's got to try to get that save right now.
Get him out! Come on!
Alice Taylor and Mage, you got to get out of the chair.
Oh, yeah.
He got the IP out, too, which was really clutch. Before he jumped out,
yeah,
he made sure
I saw that
IP was down, and no holds barred, just go for it. And that's just what you got to do at that last few seconds of life you got on your chair.
Yeah.
Some counter pressure there going on in Crevice right now.
I love that, how they just pull that off. They go out, start biting. RT's extremely quick, but BZK BBS gets out again pretty fast on the map. I mean, they only pulled back a couple. BZK going down in Reactor Core. MZ here still putting pressure in Crevice. BBS at 4 extractors, while Singularity is just at 2.
MZ right there had just won a 2v1 fight, too, in order to get that Crevice RT damaged as he has. So he's done a great job, and this was all during the process of that rush going on. And you can see how basically what happens is the all-in rush fails. The Marines who didn't respond to it, they pressure straight out and try to get as much field position as they can. And these Koreans are tearing up these skulks right there.
I was just seeing the fight there in Summit. I'm seeing here in Pipe where Salads goes down to BZK. You know what they got to be worried about right now? I mean, I know Sally's here in Computer Lab, but I think what's going to happen is BBS is going to continue to put pressure on Summit and Glass Hallway, and just continue to make sure that they lock Singularity up in that top north location.
Yeah, and the most important thing is that MZ and Alice Taylor, they've killed like 2 waves of skulks that have crashed on him. MZ killed one on his own too. So now that these aliens are like, it looks like they have to deal with these 2 because they're going to come into Crevice eventually. They're trying to dedicate Koki to it, but you just can't always safely assume that 1 or 2 Marines can be dealt with with just a solo skull.
See BZK going down here in Reactor Core. We got a Iron... I was about to say we got an Iron Fist on the field. No, we got a Lurk on the field who is Iron Fist. MZ and Alice Taylor in Summit Reception trying to snipe down that RT. In Crevice, we got Sharp on the Data Core RT as well. And we got Iron Fist trying to spike these guys down.
Well, look at this. Here comes that double lurk open that we were talking about last time we were at this casting table. Double lurk is so good for this early game hyper pressure. It's also a really strong counter to mines.
Oh, definitely agree. Alice Taylor and MZ have already been pushed back, and these 2 lurks are coming in. Here's the cleanup. Oh, MZ gets tossed. Nice cleanup there.
I think the hard thing there, though, is that they could have got Crevice, but they didn't pick the Drifter or the Crag at the first 60 seconds of that engagement. Like right here in Reactor Core is exactly how you got to try to handle this fight. You need to get the Crag down first and foremost, because these life forms, they're a big problem, but you want to do lasting damage, you got to get the Harvesters. So you got to kill the Crags, force them to buy more Crags, and then go from there.
Yeah.
Flip Clop on the other side doing it, just how he needs to. Probably needs to pick the Drifter too. Drifter's so much easier to kill with the recent change. Very good.
Well, 2 RTs lost in just about 5 seconds from each other in flight and data, and we see that Sally and Iron Fist are now here in crevice, backing that up. Alice and MZ, they're putting their RT back up in flight control. Salads and Sharp now moving down through Crossroads. They're gonna go for Computer Lab.
These Marines need to get this pressure up and kill those harvesters because aliens are sitting comfortable on 3. I mean, right here, they can frag Iron Fist, get a great little win that they need. They have to get some kind of momentum going right now. The aliens are dictating this entire pace of the game. We can see that 5 extractors have died for the Marines right now, going on 6.
Yeah, that's
and this
fantastic.
is before the 5-minute mark. So we're keeping that 1-to-1 ratio, and these Marines just can't get established. Singularity
now at 3, been at 3 extractors, sucking that for since about the 2.5-minute mark, which is really steady. Whereas BBS, as you said, has lost 60 or so res worth. 60 res worth.
Almost a flash by Iron Fist. Right there.
I saw that.
Sent down to 5%. Oh,
Sally!
Sally could get cut here.
Nice escape through the vents.
He's going to be rotating into position for the finish, so he will get out with his life. Would have been something that those Marines wanted to capitalize on right then. But again, Iron Fist might not be able to push in here on his own. And I gotta say that these Koreans are really nailing those shots.
Yeah, they are
these
extremely
looks
good
been
shots.
peeking, and they've been stripped the moment they fly into these zones.
Now here comes the push from Singularity. Sharp taking out Mage. Salad's taking out BZK. Clip-Clop shooting Salads down, but finally getting taken down by Sharps as they spill out of there. Cookie is here in ventilation, biting that RT, doing a little bit of harassment there. They've assisted into the flight control RT as well. Alice Taylor and MZ moving up against that new little base. I don't think that Whips is going to be up by the time they get in there.
That drifter right there. You gotta do this. They gotta do lasting economic damage. It's not looking good for these Marines. I mean, well, I gotta take that back. They're managing to get their WEP 1 A1s up, which is the perfect route to try to hold on to a game where you just can't get the edge that you need early on. So we got our mines, WEP 1 A1. You can probably get A2 or WEP 2 by the time these fades are gonna pop, which is in the next 60 seconds or so. Be a little bit late, but they have something going. And you could probably see shotguns coming up, getting them back into some good momentum here.
I'm liking how BBS keeps bringing almost the fight to Singularity. Like a lot of the fights are kind of staying mid-map right now, except that one in the beginning. But we're seeing Singularity now push into Data Core. Cookie and Salads on that RT. We see Clip-Clop moving in. He's alone. But we got dual pressure. Alice, Taylor, and MZ here in Crevice while this is happening. BZK backing up Clip-Clop here in Pipe Junction.
Oh, look at that crevice fight this just came up. They were pressuring this RT and Crag combo. They get the Drifter, but by the time they finish with all that, the Lurks were already swooping in and almost getting taken out right there.
Yeah, very,
nice
very
little
low.
victory right there. They just got to make sure that they finish this stuff and get this Harvester down and get some momentum on the field.
Well, shotguns are now out. They win that fight in Crevice. They win the fight in Data Core. I mean, that's pretty good. 41 res now for the P-res for Sharp, Salads, actually, and Cookie. Cookie just used it to go Fade, so first Fade is out on the field.
I really like that timing of shotguns, though. He knew he's kind of in like a back-end position. He's not controlling the pace of the game as he could, but he's got his WEP 1 A1, so he goes straight for shotguns. Shotguns are kind of your hard counter to phase. Or not hard counter. It's not counter, whatever. They're good for killing them, and they're good for killing
They're
Lurks.
really good for killing Fade.
And it's going to be, I think these Koreans have the shots. You see them, just these life forms barely getting away. Cookie already forced down to past half, down to 29% of reactor by one guy. Clip-Clop right there.
Yep. Clip-Clop now down. No more Marine pressure there in Reactor Core. Sally on the power and Data Core just a little bit. And we're seeing now MZ and Alice Taylor moving into Crossroads where they're going to meet Salads. Oh, and just shotgun blast to the face. And they're building up the RT there to get that up.
Ooh, Sally, look at that. He's trying to look for a flank here. But he might not know that this is a dual shotgun team? Oh, he's got to watch it.
Yeah.
Shots fired, but doesn't look like any of the big ones connected.
Nice.
So
it's a great
a nice
win
right there for Singularity. Definitely taking out the first wave of shotguns. Big wins. Always got to make sure those go down and stay down.
I have to give it to BBS right now. They are keeping up their res quite a bit. They haven't dropped below 3 actually since about the 3-minute mark. So they're doing a really great job kind of keeping that up. It sucks that they keep losing them. They lost 9 up to this point, but rebuilding that, they're making that a focus.
Most important thing they got to do in this position is kill a life form. They need to kill a fade, a lurk, probably both lurks really. I mean, one lurk's good. You just got to get the presence on the field because he's got the comeback upgrades. I could say, you know, you got your mines, A1, Wep 1 shotguns. Now your phase tech. So I mean, he's got the ability to come back as long as Marines get like one more set of shotguns before it starts looking grim. So if they could just win one of these big team fights,
oh no,
and that phase gate and data core.
That's going to go toast while those 3 Marines built that, left it, and just went to reactor core phase gate for a harvester.
Not the best trade, but
yeah.
I mean, if they can make this counterplay right here, Clip Clop getting out of position.
Oh,
not the kind of thing you wanted to happen right there.
Yeah.
But the shotgun is recovered by BZK. Cookie going in with half. It only takes one big shot to end that life. But luckily, he manages to get back out.
Yeah, I believe Mage is one of them. Yeah, BZK was on a reload with his shotgun while Cookie was trying to get out of there. Another phase gate being dropped here in data core. We got MZ moving in alone into flight control. Sally here in data core. He's got to be a little bit careful. He might get trapped.
He got pinched from pipe junction. The shotgun.
I think we both saw that was not going to end well.
An amazing pinch, and that sets the pace to start, you know, taking back the map. One lurk down, okay, good. Now keep it up. I mean, he can't re-lurk just yet. That's kind of the momentum that you got to get. Before they get to the 25 res again, if you get that kill, that means you can maybe get back into this stuff. Look at that Cookie!
Yeah, at 143 health, basically nabs him. That was pretty good.
Iron Fist, keeping Alice Taylor suppressed with that shotgun.
I like Salads here in Computer Lab. RT, and we got Clip Clop and BZK killing the reactor core, natural there, for Singularity.
The game pattern is actually kind of switching here, because these Marines, as long as they keep their stuff up, oh, and don't get picked like that over there in Glass Hallway. I mean, they got their RTs coming back up. They got 3 held strong now with this gate, which hopefully doesn't go down right now. Mage has got to try to win this fight in data core.
Oh, no way!
Oh,
BZK comes through! Clip Clop! Oh, God, that was horrible.
You know, there's a science to trying to jump through a feed gate like that, if you ever have to do it. Your thing is, you gotta get through and you gotta kill the skulks. That's really your only hope. Probably the lurk too, but definitely always gotta kill those skulks first. But just not the situation where you could accomplish that.
Cookie coming around the corner with Salads here behind MZ and Alice Taylor. These guys are gonna get pinched. Oh, this is the swipe.
It's one shot, but he just misses the second meat shot to get the finish there.
Yeah, MZ's going to get cleared up here as well. Great job. Clip Clop, BZK, and Mage here now in data core, taking down Sally. Sharp is going to get out of the way. We got flight control now that has been claimed. 1% grown there. Salads in the computer lab, biting that RT. Phasegate going back up here in data core. Blue Babbler Squad down to 3 RTs versus 4 now. Harvesters for Singularity.
REDDOG, I gotta say, you're kind of like fading way out on my on Skype here. So I'm kind of missing some things you're saying.
Okay, well, let me know, guys, if that's actually just Skype or coming through on the stream. If I'm fading away on the stream, I know that's 3 minutes away, but I'll keep glancing over at the chat. So that's probably Skype, because Microsoft
it's probably Skype with some kind of... We'll fix it after this match. You're probably just going to have to cast until...
This is what happens when Microsoft buys products. So... this is what happens.
Meanwhile, in Crossroads, double shotgun team, shotgun AR team trying to do something here. They just gotta kill Cookie.
Yeah, they gotta get him out of there. Oh, God! Cookie down. Was pretty low there, below half, 44%.
With weapons too finished, you know, I mean, they still got one more few guys with shotguns. It's getting down to the wire. If they lose another set, that's probably going to be about all they got left. Flip Flop and BZK got to keep these shotguns up, and they have to get another life form. The phase gate secures their little 3 RT spread from data to sub, And just that little pressure into comp lab is what's allowing them to keep that 4th harvester.
Oh, Cookie is just destroying this, like, everybody he meets. He's getting some good picks. Oh my god, he almost lost it to Alice Taylor, so I take that back. 19% as he runs away from Alice Taylor.
I mean, with weapons 2 up, you're probably going to see him get... Whenever he goes against these top shooters of this team, he's definitely getting really hurt. And if just somebody else was in position to get that pick or assist in the kill, I would think that he would be going down. But it's just the timing just isn't there, and we haven't seen him lose it.
Yeah. Well, two Onai now out on the field. Sharp and Salads now rumbling through crevice on their way to flight control. It looks like they're going to go in the comp lab route. This is smart. Clip, Clop, and BZK and Mage are all the way up in reactor core. They're going to have to huff it back to data core.
I mean, he could, like in this position, you have enough shotguns to have the burst damage to take care of these Onos. If they push main, the Marines have a chance right here to actually come back into it. They're going to do their beacon. I hope. Right now.
Poor BZK.
In a moment.
He jumps through the face.
Here we go. This is the fight that decides the game. If they can pinch one of these Onosis out, Salad going down 50% straight off the bat.
They just destroyed him. Yeah, everyone's dead. Wow, they that was like, that was a steamroll. Wow.
Yeah. It's just, you know, that's your one option to actually get back into it. Try to focus all on Onos down together, and once one Onos gets low, then everybody's like, I'm low, maybe I should get out of here.
Yeah.
But it was a good effort. It was a good attempt to actually, like, they had some of that momentum required to get back into the game, you know? You get your shotguns out, you get your A1 weapon, that's a good plateau as your bare bones essentials to try to deal with the Fade explosion. You know, well, Fade explosion, Fade popping, really. There's no more explosion, but it's just they gotta, I think it was kind of a organizational, not in the position to pinch the life forms when they needed to, and it just kind of slipped away as they lost their first set of shotguns, no kills. Second set, they got the lurk, but then the third set of shotguns, it just, again, nothing really paid off with any of that P-res.
Yeah, a lot of it was just dropped on the ground. Cookie was doing a great job picking off, you know, those Marines. Had, you know, we saw the state that Cookie was in after fights just after, a little bit after Weapons 2 came out. So if Weapons 2 came out a little bit sooner, maybe he would have gotten pinched at some points, because there was even some fights when they were at Weapons 1 where he was getting out of there with, like, you know, 30 or 40% health.
It's kind of an interesting thing, though. You know, Weapons 2 or Armor 2. I mean, it's a hard choice. Sometimes I would say Armor 2, especially when they were getting him to 30% with Weapons 1. Maybe if they had went Armor 2 and had to make that 4th swipe.
Yeah, and it's a weird call because it's like 4th swipe or one more shot, but that shot's got to land. You know, like it's a.
It just crosses the threshold. You can 3-shot a Fade, or you can 4-shot the Fade, or you can get 3 swiped by the Fade, or 4 swiped by the Fade.
Exactly. It all depends on, like, the juking skill of your Marines.
And the beautiful med kits, too. That's actually a really important thing.
Yeah. All right, guys, so we are moving into just the second round. Just so you know, if you're just joining us, this is Division 1 bronze match, the third place decider of the division. Singularity versus BlueBabblerSquad, or BBS. BlueBabblerSquad hailing from mostly from Korea, and Singularity is mostly Americans with 2 Canucks on their team. So, they basically North America versus Korea. So far, Singularity taking the lead here after round 1. This is a best of 5, as I confirmed when we started this match, so it's really the first to 3 will win this bronze matchup. I am here with Bitey, who plays on a Premier Division team, Titus Gaming. You may have heard of them. They are a really good good team. They have a great chance. They are playing tomorrow the French team, Legendary Snails, in the Premier Division finals matchup. It'll be casted right here. My caster that tomorrow will be Blind. and we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm obviously a little bit biased because I'm rooting for my country, but Snails is not a team to take lightly. They are good, and I think Bitey can agree with me here that I'm sure you guys have been practicing like crazy. I'm sure Snails has been practicing like crazy against you guys. You guys did an awesome match, by the way, against Godar. That was very surprising, well, not really surprising, but you know what I mean. Like that was a great match.
I think the Biodome match really kind of showed how hard that can be.
Yeah.
In some respects, the game kind of helped us by crashing people out because that battle was just going all over the place. Nobody could seal that game away.
Biodome always seems to be like that. Like, for the most part. I've casted some long-ass Biodome matches. All right, one being 91 minutes. And that was just, it just always seems to happen on Biodome.
Maybe it's just because it's kind of the newer of the maps, and it just, nobody knows how to end it. We got 50 seconds left.
Here we go, moving into the second round pretty quickly. I love it. Singularity versus BBS here on the Bronze Division 1 decider match. Singularity starting here on Summit as Marines. They are starting down here in Sub-Access, while BBS starting here as Aliens on the north end in Atrium. 3-2 split for Singularity. And we may have a...
That's kind of... Now, this right here is actually an old open. Now, I don't know if it's because they know that this is tried and true from the past, but they're using a gorge to basically power build and secure up reactor core. And he might even drop his clogs in Glass Hallway. That was used way back in like build 249 and earlier.
Right.
And I really haven't seen that been pioneered much anymore. It kind of fell out of favor for the big 4 crush, the big monster pack.
Crag Hive started first for BBS. Cookie and Sharp now moving into Comp Lab. Looks like they're going to get tagged here.
Fight right there. Beautifully executed right now. I mean, you saw the Skulks come in from Comp Lab from both sides on both flanks. And each of them picked a Marine target. And just not as good as it gets. Nobody died.
Salads and Sally now moving into Data Core. Meanwhile, Iron Fist now moving in through Glass Hallway right into outside Reactor Core. BZK there firing a Parasite. I believe he missed. And Iron Fist is now going to just apply pressure from there. 3 Skulks, Clip Clop, Alice, Taylor, and MZ coming to Glass Hallway to save this. A little overcommitment here a little bit.
Maybe. I mean, it is 2 for 3. I mean, it's a safe bet. Like, whenever you do a 2v2, it's for Aliens, you should always bring the third. You got to have the flank initiation because Marines have that range advantage. And if you just funnel line into them, they have a strong chance of winning the fight. Like, and against like big odds too. Yeah. You see it happen in those premier teams. A 2v5 can sometimes go in the Marines' favor just by having the positional advantage.
Sally here.
Poor Sally right there.
Core, yeah. There's the enzyme. He gets rolled over by MZ and leaves that RT open. BBS still on 2
really
Harvesters.
Safe open we have being thrown out by the Koreans right now. BlueBabblerSquad. You've got your 3. Look at those Hydras down there. I mean, well, you're kind of watching the fight, but those Hydras are embedded in the clog wall.
Yeah, I see that. Cookie and Sharp here in Crevice, taking down Alice Taylor, who tried to stop that. Clip Clop taking down Cookie. And that's going to force Sharp to back off.
It's interesting, you know, I think these Koreans got to be landing these shots like mad because the KDRs of the last game were pretty even. You know, it wasn't far spread. So they kept getting their kills, and I'm kind of thinking they might have a little bit of a skill edge that I didn't account for in my data file.
In your data file? I really want to see this data file.
I mean, we have really good pressure getting through. I think the Marines are getting a little bit too many RTs, or slightly a little bit better. 5 at 3 minutes. But the RT kills, they're definitely really falling off a little bit.
I mean, you can see the difference here when you are keeping that 1-to-1 ratio. You know, 1 RT a minute. You can see the difference here of what it does. You know, how it helps a little bit. And really, the problems that BBS had last round when that was happening to them. And look at this. With this slow RT biting, I mean, look at the res that they just keep sucking in. 118 to 62 right now.
Yeah, and I think what people don't understand is that I've seen games like this before. I played on games like this before. The aliens have the KDR, you know, they get all the kills. They do everything they need. They killed everybody, but they take too long on getting the Marine extractors down. So what happens is that the Marines out-tech the aliens. By the time that the aliens like start having like some serious firepower, all the Marines are A1 Wep 2 or something serious. So it just becomes such a hard uphill battle because you just didn't get those extractors down early enough. So now you got to fight the big guns.
Mage now backing off into reactor core, while BZK in data core just keeps trying to be annoying, spiking down Sally and Cookie there. On the other side of the map, we got Alice Taylor in a fight. 25% as he gets out of there from Iron Fist. Very low as
but look
BZK
at Iron
comes
Fist
around the corner.
With BZK diving in, getting the mad swoops. Oh, he's got to get a few picks.
Oh! Look, BZK just peeks around the corner and throws up a few spikes.
Excellent lurking right
Yeah,
there.
that
It's like
great.
counter initiation on the flank, and not all you can ask for with a double lurk.
BZK and Alice Taylor as the double lurks here, splitting around the map.
And I think what's kind of different about this game, we're 5 minutes in, phase tech started, shotgun started, Wep 1, A1, and it's kind of showing you the pace is much more in the Marine favor right now, just tech-wise. I mean, KDR, it's like pretty flat. But the real thing is that Marines are just kind of like time bombs. As their tech comes up, they start doing so much better in the long term.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
And I think this is really going to come back to really hurt the Koreans right here.
Well, Iron Fist and Salads here in summer reception. They're going to be backed up by Sharp. Flip-Flop jumping down, trying to get him down, gets pistoled down, and they're going to continue the pressure here in Crevice. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Alice Taylor and BZK biting down the data core RT. I mean, that's going to be 5 if they're going to be able to get that down. 5 in 5 minutes. Okay, so they're kind of the... Oh, I'm sorry, that's 4. It's only 4.
The difference in this positioning right here is that they've had 5 RTs for 5 minutes, though. It's been a constant stream of 5 or 4 instead of 3, which is really showing the pace.
Oh, BZK, 20% as he comes through that Marine firing squad here in Summit. And this pressure is continually going to happen. Look at this. BBS is such a bad position right now that, you know, they're cutting off them from Crevice and Glass Hallway, where BBS just cannot get out of there.
Yeah, and you see that third phase. Well, this phase gate right here. If they get it up, which whoa!
Oh, he's down.
Oh no!
2. Double lurk kill. Oh, that was horrible.
When the double lurk goes down, it's kind of like a failure of your team, because once it happens and you go double lurk and you lose the lurk, it's like you're suddenly left with nothing, and you have no fallbacks until phase. It's just skulks.
Yeah. Shotguns
Shotguns are already done. Weapons 2 is almost done. It's going to be a really uphill battle to lose phase can at least come up and help these folks out.
I agree. That was a really bad engagement that BBS kind of committed to, especially their lurks. Sally now moving north into Atrium, trying to do a little bit of damage here. I don't know how much. I don't know how much they can do.
Yeah, it's just they got to hold on to phase now. It's like the only thing that they have left. They have to wait another minute and 20 seconds before these fades can pop out. Actually, about right now 60 seconds. But Weapons 2 is finished now. The Marines are sitting on 6 extractors, and basically they've got their network started. They've got the Crossroads gate up. And without fades, you can't really grind gates unless you catch the Marines out of position, which is something that I don't think Kane is going to let happen. You know, he's got Iron Fist here, sitting with a shotgun, just waiting for skulks to pop. And they just can't afford to go up against that kind of firepower right here.
Well, here we go. Cookie, Sharp, Salads, all here in Reactor Core, putting pressure now on the east side of the map. And they are just shooting up the joint. in Comp Lab they kill each other with the mine. That's okay though.
The thing that's kind of most interesting about the Blue Babbler Squad's open here is that it's been a real turtle heavy, hold our 3 extractors and let's just kill Marines. But the whole problem is that they never got on the extractors. So now we're getting to the point Weapons 3 started at 8 minutes and 50 seconds. That's early.
Yeah, way early.
These come out, you know, it's going to be so hard to actually like engage any of these shotguns. And look at the P-res. Some of these Marines are still floating over 40 or just near 40. And it's like, that's 2 sets of shotguns for some of these people. And it's just going to be so hard to keep those guns down, especially when the Marines have this kind of momentum going for them.
Yeah, I agree. You know, at this point, even with the fades out on the field, these fades might be flash fades because they're gonna meet soon. Weapons 3, like you said, and these guys are really good shots at the end of the day. Here comes Clip Clop here in Reactor Core. Can't even engage.
Yeah, he needs like a skulk flank. That guy from Data Core would be his one salvation to try to win this fight. I mean, they're going to try overwhelming odds, but this is going to be another dice throw, like I say. If he overextends here, he could get pinched and taken out.
And look at that. He just gets scared. Like, you know, he just kind of gets pushed away. Can't really do anything. Here he comes back. BZK in there trying to engage. Clip Clop's going to see his point. Oh, look at that. BZK died, and Clip Clop's like, I'm out of here.
Like, if that skull could have landed his bites to get that kill, then maybe Clip Clop can get in there. But this double shotgun team, you know, when you see those on the field, you gotta call it because they have so much killing power inside of those fully loaded guns. You really gotta juke the shots out, you gotta take your time, and somehow you just gotta catch them either on a flank or you gotta catch them when they're all expended after shooting structures. But other than that, it becomes such a dangerous gamble to try to beat that kind of firepower head on.
BZK and Clip Clop taking sharp down here in Data Core. We see the Advanced Armory has started just a bit ago. It's about halfway done. Weapons 3 is almost done. Data Core now has been dropped.
I mean, it's not that they need the Hive. I mean, you can get some upgrades off it, but what they need is to just cut off this Marine res flow. Probably get an extra Harvester or 2, but they're going to lose this Crevice one. They have nobody in position who can respond to that kind of firepower. I think it's a double shot. No, it's a 2 AR, 1 shotgun team.
Oh, they're in Crevice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but look at this. Right there. This is kind of your opening right here. We're going to see all those Marines are going to fall back. Fade's got to be in a position to get out of there. He can't go through Summit. If he gets pushed out through Summit, this could be his life.
Oh, he actually makes it out with very little life. 30%. And against Weapon 3 shotties, what, that's a shot?
Yeah. Like, if he had gone to Summit, that would have been it for him. So he really lucked out. I'm not sure if somebody scouted it or called it, but good communication to get your Fade out of there and just hold on to him because he's so important right now. And I think they're going for double Onos.
Yeah, 48 for MZ. We also got, well, who else actually? Am I reading this right? No,
it's just MZ.
Yeah, just MZ.
Because actually. They went a double lurk open.
That's right.
And then I think somebody gorged to start, and then they lost that gorge, and now somebody regorged to build Data Core. And with that extra Harvester down in Crevice, I don't know, JPs are going to be up by whenever time this Onos comes out. He's already got his Proto Lab done, the AA's finished, Weapons 3 is up, and by the time this Onos is ready, which is a long time away.
Yeah, a while on 2 extractors.
You're going to have the death sentence of like Marine Tech, JPs, Weapons 3, A2, maybe even A3, whatever he really wanted to.
Well, we got 3 Marines now moving into Data Core against this new Hive. The chest basically got built down to 77% with these Weapon 3 shotguns just doing massive amounts of damage to this Hive.
Where's Clip Clop? There he is. He's got to be the one to be in this fight. They got to initiate some flanks right here. MZ, right there. He's going to be able to maybe make a play off of this. Clip Clop diving right in, getting chipped right out, being shoved out. Salad's making sure he stays away. I think that might have costed him that right there.
Great move there, welding each other in the middle of fights. 18% now on this Hive here in Data Core, and it is done.
Clip Clop!
Clip Clop couldn't do anything against these guys. The flankers, the Skulk flankers were just getting blasted, you know, as they were showing up.
Yeah, and from here, it's kind of just a slow downhill stumble, because the jetpacks are only about 30 seconds away, if that, and they're going to be stuck on 2 nodes. They just can't really get any momentum off of this unless the Marines make a big mistake. And it's just really hard to mess up that pack right now. 60, 40, 60, 48, and 39. That's 2 more lives of shotguns apiece. We have jetpacks finishing. I'm guessing that the aliens can maybe look for some kind of all-in play, try to crush something big. They still got 4 minutes till Onos can pop out.
Well, we got Clip Clop here in Crossroads, was going against Sally. Couldn't even make a move against him. He comes in and like, basically they see him, they shoot. They don't even hit him, and he just runs off. I mean, it's understandable. You know, he knows that they got those Web 3 shotguns, and if he doesn't land his first, you know, if he doesn't surprise him, and he doesn't land his first swipe, then you gotta go.
It's kind of the only way you can play the solo fade. Like, solo fade lines are basically, you can only kill recappers if you catch them, or you can try to like assist in a Skulk Pap clear. But when you're just by yourself, there's not too much you can do. You get focused and you get cut really easy. What's that? What's that? Something's exploding.
We got Iron Fist with a grenade launcher here in
yeah.
Reactor Core, and this is gonna go down.
I've always been a fan.
Phase Gate here in Crossroads. They're gonna make a move. Here comes the Jets.
Whoa,
Alice Taylor back on lurk.
ZK's already low. That's a double shotgun JP squad. 50 Skulks, wow.
Oh,
Looks like they're going to force out the whole team.
Yeah.
And now look at Iron Fist in their main. GLs are by far my most favorite weapon.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Especially when you have a jetpack.
They don't really do much, but they blow up everything so quick. And it basically shatters hives with stuff surrounding them.
Nice job,
Took
Sharp.
out 2 shells for nothing.
Here in Reactor Core. Clip Clop trying to get him out. He's trying to hide. Oh! He gets a good shot on Clip Clop, though. Drops him to half.
It's so dicey. Just diving on a shotgun in a small enclosed space. Lost a few things that way. Not gonna lie.
I mean, look at this from Singularity, too. I mean, they do have just a lot of res. 34, 20, 55, 22.
There goes your lurk.
Oh, there's the lurk. Done. Another lurk down. BZK as the other lurk. They tried to double lurk again. MZ at 57. Do you think they're going to make it? And do you think it's even going to matter, Bitey?
Well, it won't matter, but the question of whether they make it or not is really in doubt.
Oh, well,
and, you know,
there you go.
No.
There's your answer.
No, they're not going to make it.
No, he's not going to make it.
It's just, you know, it was a little bit of a problem with the pressure there, and they played it too safe. That opening, you know, I used to see that when there was the 6-minute Onos open. You just rush Onos drops. You secure your 3 RTs and just hold them. Wait for your life ones to come up and then just start trying to crush everything. But it doesn't really work that way anymore. Well, it kind of never has if you look at the long-term game. It's like you got to keep the Marine extractors below 4 and 5. You can't let them hover there, otherwise their tech starts really pumping out the money. And it just pays itself off so quick. Because once it's unlocked, it doesn't relock.
Yeah. Well, there you go, guys. We finished round 2. This is a best of 5, so Singularity just needs one more win on this map. They definitively played some really great 2 rounds here and beat BBS on both sides. That match that we just saw there, as Bitey was saying, a little bit too passive there with BBS's aliens. Couldn't take anything down, couldn't take the res flow down, and that allowed Singularity to just buy everything.
I think the other small problem there was they went another gorge. Their first gorge died. He spent his money, but they didn't have him re-gorge. That had to be what happened there, because we were going to see a double Onos. Usually you rock one fade when you want to go double Onos. You know, you do your double lurk. They got flashed early, really early, in terms of like lurk lifespan. It's painful if you lose it like that. And it's like, if you're going for double Onos, you can't get a second Gorge. And I think the second Gorge helped build Data Core, and he tried to help secure it with some Hydras or something. And it didn't pay off because you have to secure your harvesters, but they just forgot about the marine extractors. You know, it just kind of didn't work out like that.
Yeah, which then made it so Singularity could just continue the pressure all the time. You know, they barely had to drop back, you know, and do anything and take themselves away from Crevice or Reactor Core. I mean, remember in the beginning, it was just always a fight in Crevice and Reactor Core. BBS couldn't assist out or anything. Finally, they were able to assist a Data Core, but that was short-lived. You know, so
at that point, the damage was already done,
yeah,
and it's like
exactly.
It's up to your skulks to kind of know, because I usually sometimes take the role of the res biting skulk. It's his job to make sure that you can't just go to the frontline RT. You know, they drop flight, they drop Data Core, and you're biting on Data Core. Well, that's basically the front lines of the battlefield. Now, if you clear any Marines are going to be sent out from their spawns down those lanes. They might go center, but there's a good chance if you're biting it, you're getting something coming to you eventually. It's a safe bet to just assume that, hey, I got this much time before the Marine from the spawn gets to me. So the most effective way to, like, negate that kind of, like, okay, they're all over our RTs, man. We got to stop them. You have to make sure that you get one skulk onto the backline RTs. That means the naturals, you know. If you can kill the natural RT, that means that spawner, when he gets sent out, there's a good chance your commander might be like, hey, I need you to build this natural. But if he doesn't, that's an RT down that somebody eventually has to build. And if he builds it, you have more time to get the RT at the midline.
Yeah.
Now, there's a whole bunch of different ways you can kind of think about it in long term. It's all about, like, economics and what damages the team positionally and economically the most for what kind of effort you're looking to invest. Advanced tactics and plays, and it's all, you know, res biting skunk's not an easy job, Red Dog. What I'm trying to say.
Well, guys, we are moving now into the second map, which is going to be Jambi, that was called by BBS. Now, Jambi is an interesting map. BBS probably called this because either it's their favorite map or they practiced it a lot. But again, as we say, it's 2-0 going to Singularity. So Singularity playing aliens on this map just needs to pull out this win to end this and then be officially win the third place decider here for Division 1. So, and yes, SARS just reminded me, so thank you. This is why I love SARS and you lose it and stuff. They'd always, like, prompt me, like, in chat to remember stuff.
Buddy, hey, buddy.
Hey,
forget about that.
So, guys, just want to let you know that the Natural Selection 2 World Championships website is up, ns2wc.com. Registration is open for your team, so make sure to get a team together and sign up if you haven't yet. Also, tickets to join us in the ESL studios in Cologne are now officially open. The tickets are free, but there's only 100 available. You'll have to go to ns2wc.com, hover over the About menu, and click Studio Tickets, I believe is the link, which will bring you to the event page, and you'll be able to register your tickets there. So make sure that you know,
fast about it.
Make sure that you know you're gonna go before you grab your tickets, because.
Well, okay. What happens if scalpers grab them all and then you got to start paying for tickets?
Scalpers, really?
Yeah.
At NS2 event.
At NS2.
What,
yeah.
What are you gonna scalp it for? What, like a Red Bull? Like, come on, let's be real here. Can you imagine trying to do that on the street and like, hey, come see this NS2 event? What?
Hey, you want some tickets? Got some tickets. Tickets.
So, Superstar says he'll sell one for $6 in a pack of gum. All right, so it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. So make sure that you check out the site. Also, tomorrow we have the Premier Division matchup where my friend here, Bitey, part of Titus Gaming, is going to partake in that match against Legendary Snails. That is going to start at 11 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central European time. So it'll be a hell of a matchup, I'm sure.
Pretty early in the morning. I forgot about how early we were doing it.
I'm sure you guys are practice like hell. I'm sure Snails has done the same, and that is going to be a great match. Also, in about 4 hours-ish from now. I haven't been,
give or take.
I haven't been. It's on my Steam group, my REDDOG.TV Steam group. You can see the time. But the Australian grand finals